Hi guys, and we are back for some more Shadowrun Returns Blind, the Dead Man Switch. On the last part, our guy, one of our long-term friends, he was an alcoholic, but unfortunately Sam Watts, the man himself, gave us a phone call, and the phone call said he was dead. And so we hung up the phone, and there was an implant in Sam Watts' brain, and that led us to this location. So we're going to see what's going on, see what happened to Sam Watts. And here we go, guys. Ask the coroner about Sam Watts. Now, I've kind of read some help, not in terms of the game, but just so I kind of knew how to do the Overwatch, and the Overwatch is here. So now I know how to do Overwatch. Things should become a bit easier for us, and we could be a bit more strategic about things. So anyway, we have Panda. It looks like Panda's alone. I'm in the back. Okay, let's go to the back. See what's going on. This place is dark. Oh, look at this guy. Is this Sam Watts' corpse? Dresden. Let's talk to Dresden. Hovering over a recently departed is a small dwarf whistling a tune. His broad grin says, "I love my job," a little more than you'd want or expect from someone in the chop shop trade. As you approach, he looks up with a lopsided grin. There is something kindly in his eyes, though it might just seem a stray reflection of chrome and surgical tools. Dresden. Sorry, didn't expect any visitors at this hour, and some asshole at corporate took my receptionist. What can I do for you, ma'am? Are you the coroner? I'm John Dresden, the organ grinder branch manager here. So yeah, that makes me the franchise's area coroner too. And you are? I'm Panda. I'm here about Sam Watts. His grin fades. And what makes you think I know anything about this? Sam had a locator chip embedded in his skull. I followed it here. I see. Well, you're right. He's here. Not many people know about the murder yet, though the press haven't caught wind of it yet. What's it been all the way out here in the Barrens? So, who told you he was dead? Okay. Interesting choice. Sam's digital ghost. When his heart stopped, I got sent a recorded message asking me to bring his killer to justice. Guess he had a hunch. Now I'm going to say this because if I mention money, things might get more shady. The dwarf raises his eyebrows, a smile wiping the suspicion from his face. A dead man switch, eh? Fascinating. I was working on him earlier. He's over here. Okay, let's see Sam's. Oh, Sam! It looks like he took one to the stomach. Okay. Here's my second Emerald City Ripper victim. The third one was downtown. Ripper, huh? I guess the classics never go out of style. Yes! British! Anyway, let's do this. He sighs. Not my title. That's what Seattle Press insists on calling the killer. All I know is that, like the original Jack, our Ripper knows how to handle a scalpel. This one's even more twisted. He, or she, always removes an internal organ from the victim. What prize did the Ripper take from Sam? Watt's liver was cleanly cut out. With what else? The first victim's heart was missing, and the third had the spleen removed. McCluskey, look at this guy. Dresden, get out here. Look at this guy. He must be a big ass orc. Let's investigate. Item picked up. Basic medikit. Okay. Let's examine Watts. Can we examine Watts? Yes, we can. Sam's body is half covered by a sterile surgical sheet. His face an ashen white, for the first time without a smirk on it. Below the chest there's a small pencil-thin incision covered in dried blood. Beyond that, the corpse is immaculate. It would seem that the killer knew exactly what they wanted from him and took it. Had some organ harvesting shit going on. Next to Sam are several plastic envelopes containing the evidence found on his body. You can examine the evidence through the bag without spoiling it. Okay, let's look at the business card. Moving things around, you can make out that there is a card from a place called the Seamstresses Union. There is something handwritten on the back, but blood has made it illegible. Okay, let's look at the cred stick. It's a standard cheap unsecured cred stick. No way of knowing what's on it without slotting it. Let's take it. Fuck it. Oh, 300 yen. Okay, look at the purple shirt. It's Sam's shirt. Several of the buttons are missing and blood has thoroughly soaked through it. The bag sloshes a bit in your hand. Okay, let's look at the handwritten note. You can only see part of the note given the torn off bits and bloodstains. Sam, I feel terrible that we have been long to say I'm sorry. Maybe that says sorry. See you there, love, Jessica. Maybe it's his girlfriend or something. Okay, let's put down the evidence bag. Let's talk to McCluskey. McCluskey, what's the deal, bro? Towering over the diminutive coroner is a homicide detective right out of Central Casting. If you ignore the tusks, pointed ears, and the Neanderthal brow, you can smell his cheap aftershave from a mile away. Ha! Okay, McCluskey. So this new Ripovic, what's name familiar? Didn't his mother kill herself a while back? Dresden. The coroner frowns. So you insisted at the time. He chortles. Come on, she offered herself. I had it on very good authority. Now let's go, Dresden. Give me something to work with here. This Ripper case is my ticket to a lieutenant's badge. Dresden. I've already posted everything I know. The killer stuns the target with a combination of drugs and magic, then removes a single internal organ while they're still alive. The perpetrator is most likely right-handed, with a slim hand that knows its way around a scalpel. He's a decent understanding of human and metahuman anatomy too. So, I'm looking for a whacked out surgeon? Not necessarily. I don't know any surgeons who still use scalpels anymore. These days it's all done with computer controlled lasers. Could be anyone from a military field surgeon to an antique medicine aficionado, okay? You're no damn help, dwarf. The Lone Star Detective finally notices you. You note his superhuman powers of observation. Who the hell are you? Okay. I'm the nobody who didn't hear nothing. That's right, and if you ever did hear something, I'll knock it right out to your head. He looks back at the dwarf. Dresden, get me more. I am putting someone in a cell or a box this week, and I'm claiming my promotion. Man, this guy's a prick. He's just looking out for himself. We got Watts, we got a fucking Jack the Ripper type running around, causing all sorts of chaos. Let's talk back to Dresden. Dresden looks amused. Do you always make friends that easily? I'm great at dinner parties too. He cocks his head to one side. Be straight with me. You really gonna work for the dead man? Okay, let's have a quick little gander. Sam was there when I needed him. I'm going to return the favour. Fascinating again. Detective McCluskey isn't interested in anything but Detective McCluskey. He'd convict his own mother if it meant another 10 new yen a week in his paycheck. Plus, he's on the take. Dresden pauses, considering. You have an honour after a fashion. I try to honour the dead in my work, so we have that in common. What can I do to help you? Okay, let's ask about McCluskey and his dirty deeds. On the take, who's paying to hold his leash? I don't know, but someone with a major pull has been looking out for McCluskey's career and wallet. What was that McCluskey said about Sam's mother? The official report goes she committed suicide about a year ago. Aren't you the official in that sentence? My name's on the report, but my actual findings left some doubt. I can't say it wasn't suicide, but there was unusual bruises on her upper arms, and she didn't use her dormant hand to pull the trigger. I was told to drop it, so I dropped it. Okay, let's ask about scalpels. Who uses scalpels? Doctors still learn how to use them in their first year of medical school, as do coronerers, but neither profession uses them anymore. It's possible that some of the slimier chop shops still use scalpels, I suppose, but I wouldn't know where to look. What are organs worth these days? A whole healthy body can be worth a bunch of new yen, but individual organs, not worth as much anymore, with all the synth and cyber stuff on the market these days. Organ grinders only deal in the recently deceased, and there are plenty of other chop shops that aren't as picky though, and they don't care where the bodies came from either. So if you hear my voice is a bit nasally, I have a slight cold, but I'm still progressing. Have you heard of the Seamstresses Union? It's a nearby club in the Barrens that attracts lowlifes. You'll probably like it. Me, I'm not really the going out type. Always too much to be done around here. Plus the dead are just easier to get along with. I just need to know one more thing. Where was Sam killed? Dresden looks up at you. Okay, we've got objectives and karma coming our way. Dresden looks at you intensely for a moment before speaking. You know, I might be able to do you one better. Why don't you poke around those body lockers in the back and see if you find anything useful? Okay, I'll do that. Okay, where are these body lockers? Okay, they're over here. In the morgue drawers. This place is bleak. Let's just check these out for now. Medikits. Definitely not complaining. I'm sure we had an ability that we selected that enabled us to have a bonus when we used a medikit or something. I don't know. Come on, Panda, open up. The cold storage drawer is labelled John Doe, but the thermostat is set to 21 degrees Celsius. Okay, let's open the drawer. The cold storage drawer opens to reveal a fully clothed body of a man, arms folded across his chest. In addition to sporting some of the brightest orange hair you've ever seen, the body seems to be in very good condition. Whoa! Easy there! Jake Armitage, what the fuck are you doing? In one quick move, he jumps down from the drawer and stands before you. For someone who just woke up in a morgue locker, he seems unfazed and pretty well put together. You spot a data jack drilled into his temples, and some shamanistic tattoos peeking above his collar. An interesting combination. Jake Armitage. I told John to wake me up at 6 in the morning. Is it 6 yet? It doesn't feel like 6 yet. Sorry, didn't expect you to be so alive. Yeah, Dresden thinks he's pretty funny. You're not the only person he's pulled this one on. He chuckles. Well, so much for a good night's sleep. On the plus side, I notice you haven't killed me yet, so that's good. You aren't after me. Then what's your story? The latest Ripper victim. Do you know him? Sam, eh? Sam, eh? Eh? Glad somebody knows. We used to drink together every now and then over at the Union. Decent enough guy. Always in trouble over something or other, though. Jake yells towards the side of the room. John, is this lady cool? Yeah, she's on the level working for Sam, believe it or not. Some sort of dead man switch. I thought you could help her out. Maybe even stop moping around the shop all day. Jake, thanks for volunteering me. He pauses. Might be sizing you up, but it's hard to tell beneath them shades. Alright, my name... Alright, sorry, this is really hard for me to read. There's a lot of text and I've, not long woken up and my throat's drying out like a motherfucker. Hold on. You can call me Panda. Nice to meet you. Well, it sounds like you're taking a dive into the deep end here. John's right. I might be able to help you out. I was with Sam the other night, the night of the murder. Poor guy. He was hanging at the Seamstresses Union that night, tripped out and rowdy. I've been laying low there for a few days after a bad run. Miss Kubota asked me to throw Sam out, so I did. But out in the alley, some gangers got the jump on me. He winces. Damn, maybe I needed some soy calf after all. John, could you grab me a cup? Dresden. Get your own damn cup. My hands are dirty anyway. Now what's wrong with this intestine? You hear a large squelching sound as Dresden continues his work. Thanks, John. You're a real pal. Anyway, there's a big fat court bounty on my head. Like I said, my last job didn't exactly go according to plan. Out in the alley, a few Halloweeners got to jump on us. Damn gangers. Though, they couldn't turn a quick profit off my head. Jake smiles, and you get the impression that didn't work out so well for the gangers. Sam stumbled off during the fight, though, and that's the last I saw of him. Until he turned up here, dead on arrival. Reminds me of my last stay in this place. You've done this before? It's a long story. I end up in the morgue more often than the average guy. Yeah, Jake's here as a regular. Should have started rewards cards, Jake. A few more visits and you'll get a free night stay. Jake laughs. Ha 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 ha. I hold you to that, John. Anyway, they found Sam's body less than a block away from the Union, missing liver and all. Tell you what, you look like you could handle yourself in a fight. I could use some backup to settle the score with those Halloweeners out there. Their leader's got the whole gang searching the barrens for me. I need to get rid of that asshole. In return, I'd take you to the place Sam was murdered. It's not safe to hit these streets alone at night, trust me. Jake gives you the up and down eyes. Hey baby, and maybe throw in some decent supplies while we're at it. What do you say? Okay. Shall we just try asking for some money? But then we don't have any help, you know, maybe we should just take the help. Okay, I do like a bit of street justice. Great, I've been hiding out here since that run-in with those Halloweeners, whiny bunch of gangers, but the stench of the barrens is their turf. Hell, I'm surprised you even made it to this morgue in one piece without packing some heat. Dresden, he yells out over his shoulder. Very funny, Jake. You can sleep in a dumpster tomorrow. So, you need a weapon? Okay, the shotgun did do good. I have to admit, the shotty did okay, so I got a shotgun. Like the subtle approach. Alright, take this cannon out. Street sweep. I wanted the fucking boomstick. So, ready for an evening out on the town? I'm ready. I'll follow your lead. The Halloweeners aren't looking for you yet. Leave whenever you're ready. Okay, so let me just check out Panda's stuff. We have karma, so we can kind of spend karma. Okay, we've got the body, quickness, range combat, strength. But we've only got two. So I might save the karma. I'm going to save the karma until we can like really start upgrading stuff. We can dodge as well, which is quite good. Okay, let's check this out. Street sweeper. A makeshift homemade shotgun. Okay, we've got a couple of medipacks. A trauma kit as well. Okay, let's head to the streets. Let's see what the fuck is going on with these Halloween guys anyway. Let's get out of here. God damn it, there's quite a lot of reading in this game. It's actually very story orientated, but it's quite fascinating, you know. If they're playing off the Jack the Ripper, you know, this is going to be interesting. Let's go to the Barrens, see what's going on. The Redmond Barrens. Run in the Seattle sprawl, and sooner or later you'll find yourself in the Redmond Barrens. It doesn't matter your business, the Barrens doesn't like you. Take 1 part radioactive wasteland, 3 parts dog-eat-dog slum, and add a dash of a tourist trap, and you've got a recipe for mean as hell. You leave the sanitized death and formaldehyde. I can't pronounce it. I know the word, but I can't pronounce it. Of organ grinders behind, entering the anarchy and desperation of the streets. Jake stops a moment to breathe deeply, filling his lungs with motorcycle exhaust, radioactive dust, cordite, and who knows what else. He exhales with an expression of weary contentment. The stench and grime tell him he's home. Ooh. Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to cut the recording here. I'm going to do it by the chapter. So, the Redmond Barrens. Until next time, peace.